After my last video, I figured a lot of people might start to wonder, okay, it's a great idea to pay cash for a vehicle, but how do you actually buy a reliable vehicle for cash in 2026? I bought trucks recently that run good for $2,000. Today I'm going to tell you exactly how I do this. The first thing you've got to keep in mind, especially if you're switching from driving a pretty nice ride, is that it's no longer about finding the perfect vehicle. All you're trying to do now is find something reliable enough that you can own 100% outright with no liens. I usually look in that $2,000 to $8,000 range, and your budget is going to be a little more specific probably than mine. But learn and know you're not paying for looks. You're not paying for status. You are paying for something that starts, it runs, and it gets the job done. Something like this old truck right here, it's all you need. It's a 2002. There's holes in it. I really don't care. Where I live and how much salt they put down in the winter anyway, even if you buy a new vehicle, it's going to have holes in it in 8 years. Most of the vehicles I purchase nowadays come off Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist used to be a lot bigger. Where I am, that's kind of died down, but there are still some good deals on there. Check out that if it's in your area. Another spot that I found them is in our local co-op magazines. They just send them to your house. Anything you're a part of, they send you magazines, and there's local classifieds in there. You can check something like that as well, or the newspaper if you live in a big city, a local paper. I typically buy from private sellers. That's where I think the best deals are, not dealerships. When I go to look at a vehicle, I keep it pretty simple. There's no reason to complicate it. I start with looking at the tires. I get down, I glance at them, I check them for weather checking, which is little cracks in them. You can take a penny out, put Abe Lincoln's head upside down in the tread. If the tread doesn't cover his head, it needs new tires. And when you look at a vehicle, take note of all this stuff so you can negotiate. Next, while I'm down there looking at the tires, look under the vehicle where this thing's parked. Now, I've got a gravel driveway. It's going to be a lot harder. If you're meeting somebody where there's concrete or asphalt, it's going to be easier. See what fluids are there. If it's hot out, a little bit of water is normal. ACs produce water, but other than that, there shouldn't be any fluids underneath it. If you see fluids underneath it, make a mental note for your negotiation. Next, pop the hood. Even if you don't know what you're doing, pop the hood and look under it. It's not rocket science. When you look at a motor, under a hood, you shouldn't really see any signs of oil. You shouldn't see any signs of power steering fluid. You shouldn't see any fluid. It should be pretty clean. If it's not, take a note of it. Remember that for your negotiation. Pull out the dipstick for the oil. Look at it. Smell it. Does it smell like oil? Check the transmission fluid. Smell it. Does it smell burning? If that smells burning, don't buy that car, run. Note anything else. Then start that thing up. Listen to how it runs. How does it idle? When you're in park, push that gas pedal a little bit. Is it engaging right away? do those things. And a trick I'll throw in here real quick, if you're buying a 4-wheel drive vehicle, put that thing in 4-wheel drive high, turn real sharp and go slow, and if it hops, the 4-wheel drive works. If it doesn't, remember that for your inspection. I used to watch a TV show where you could phone a friend. I don't remember what it was called. But if you've got a buddy who wrenches on cars or is a mechanic, that might be a good buddy to bring with. Or maybe you come back and look at a vehicle the second time, bring your buddy with, or drive it over to his house and have him look at it. That can save you thousands of dollars. Don't be afraid at one of these deals if something feels off. If it feels off, walk away. They're just sitting on the vehicle and there's always going to be more. If you think this person's lying to you or feeding you some false story, walk away. Next comes the negotiation. If you realize, hey, I want this car, I want this truck, don't pay asking price usually. The only time you would is if this thing is too much of a steal of a deal, which I've ran into, and there's 6 other people on the way to look at it. Then just hand them the Ben Franklins and get out of there. But the other 9 out of 10 times, never pay asking price. Show up with cash, $100 bills. Cash gives you power. You took that inspection, you made those notes earlier. Point out what work needs to be done on that vehicle, and then make a lower offer with those Ben Franklins in hand. When you get into used vehicles like this, I guarantee you at least one, maybe several things are going to need fixing. But that's okay, because fixing vehicles usually is way cheaper than a $700 a month car payment for the next 5 years. Look, guys, this is just one example at how I stay debt-free. I drive simple vehicles. I don't have payments. Sure, I need to work on them a little bit, and it's not always fun, and that can be stressful, but I think it's better than having the stress of a guaranteed car payment every month for the next, I don't even know how far you can finance a vehicle anymore. I'm sure it's more than 5 years. My truck might be a piece of junk, but I'd rather live like this and drive something with holes in it than have something new and owe way too much money on it. Remember, you don't need perfect. You just need something reliable and that's paid for. This is Survival of the Beardist, and I'll catch y'all in a few more days. Thanks for watching.